Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the Ashford Hospitality Trust, ticker symbol AHT. After another great week for the stock, this stock just continues to move upwards and show that positive momentum. We saw a few good things come out of last week. AHT presented at REIT Week, and also CEO Rob Hayes went on to CNBC and pretty much just confirmed our bullish thesis that the travel demand boom is here. And as a result, AHT is poised to have some record-breaking months this summer. So that's all very good. But this week, there's really not that much to look forward to. So in this video, I'm going to keep it short and I'm just going to break down the chart, focusing on key levels, key indicators, and more, so we know how to best play the stock in the coming week. Without any further ado, leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. Okay, so starting off by recapping the price action for last week, as we saw another positive week for AHT, the stock started to trend upwards in the beginning of the week and got a really big spike on Wednesday's trading session. And we started to pretty much just have a little bit consolidation from there, kind of forming a bull flag. Unfortunately, on Thursday, the market turned. There was the CEI report that came out talking about inflation rates, and that unfortunately panicked the market, and especially such a high momentum stock like AHT. There was a lot of panic selling that took place here. Hopefully, some of you took advantage of this dip, but after, the panic selling wore off, we kind of just started to establish a little bit of an uptrend here to close out the week. So we're continuing to watch that, hoping that we can get another breakout this week. But that being said, let's get into the indicators. So first one, as always, the VWAP. And as you guys can see, AHT did close above this yellow line here, which is the VWAP. And as a result, the bulls are in full control of tomorrow's trading session. Other indicators to keep in mind. So we always look at the moving averages here. The 21-day EMA currently sits at 471. The 50-day sits at 323, and the 200-day moving average sits at 285. AHT, as you guys can see, is well above all of these indicators, essentially meaning that it looks very bullish in the short term, in the intermediate term, and the long term. As long as it remains above those indicators, it will continue to remain bullish. Last thing we need to take a look at is the OBV and the RSI on the daily. So as you guys can see, first off with the OBV, continuing to sit near all-time high levels. Okay, yeah, we had this panic selling on Thursday, but nevertheless, we are continuing to push forward. More and more volume buying is continuing to flow into this stock, essentially anticipating a bigger move ahead. So this is a very, very positive sign for the stock. Meanwhile, the RSI continues to sit on the overbought range. We are a little bit overextended. So if we do have a little bit more consolidation this week, it is a good thing. It's going to bring this RSI level back to neutral territories, where it's going to make it a lot easier for AHT to get that next leg up. But all that being said, this chart looks very, very good right now. Last thing we need to take a look at is the volume, just to make sure it is still there. And as you guys can see, it most definitely is still trading well above the average. We did have those huge days on Tuesday and Wednesday when we were making those gap ups, especially on Wednesday, 110 million shares trading hands. So that is absolutely excellent. And we would love to see more volume days like that if we want this stock to make the next leg up. Right now, as you guys can see, we're more in a consolidation phase to close out the week. Nevertheless, this is still very, very good volume. And if that volume remains, then you can expect this stock to continue to push forward. If the volume does drop off, let's say back to where we were in the beginning of May, around this 20 million marker, we'll then expect some more consolidation and maybe even some downside ahead before the next leg up. But like I say, always pay attention to this volume, because it's going to tell you essentially what the future of the stock holds. And now, final thing to take a look at here is going to be our key levels for next week. So the first key level on the support side is going to be 613. This was a massive breakout range we talked about last week, and so it will continue to hold throughout this week. And then $6, obviously, key psychological level. After that, 555 all the way to 570. That, once again, is another range we discussed last week. So watch 570 to 555. A lot of people were buying right here at the 570 marker on Thursday when the panic selling happened, and it's a really good spot to target your buys. That's a very big support level that's going to get a lot of volume. However, if that does break, we also have 522 and 501. Like I always say, with support levels, make sure to target your buys if you're either looking to open a position or add to your position, because if you buy at support levels, you're going to minimize your risk and maximize your upside. On the resistance side of things, we have our first resistance level at 662. Then we have another resistance level. I need to add this in at $7. That's just a key psychological level, and it also kind of served as resistance throughout the course of the week. After that, we do have 730. That's a big level right there, and 783 before. After that, we could start breaking into the eights with the next resistance at 834. So a lot of upside there if we can start breaking back above these levels. Watch for the uptrend to continue, but let me know what you think is going to happen next week. Are we going to continue our positive movement, or are we due for some consolidation and maybe even a pullback? I'm always interested to hear your feedback. If you have any questions for me, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And aside from that, have a great rest of your night.